This episode of Vic's Basement is brought to you by EB Games. Support us by buying your video games at EB Games.
Hey, welcome to Vic's Basement, everybody. Look who it is. It's Cassie Jones. And we're missing Victor Lucas.
Where is he?
Yet again.
There?
No,
Rick.
he's not down there. He's doing
spot?
very important business. He's moderating a
it?
very cool panel with some very cool people right now. I can see your bald spot.
Can you?
Yeah. I know you should get that looked at.
Does it look like a camel's bottom?
No. Camel's bottom.
Anyway, happy Friday to everybody.
Yeah.
If you bought the new iPhones, congratulations.
So congratulations to Blake.
Blake Seifkid, am I saying that correctly?
That's
Welcome to the
right.
show, Blake.
Hi, everybody.
Blake, how are you finding your Apple, what is it, the 6 Plus?
6 he has. 6S?
tell you in a minute.
You have a 6S.
Okay,
I'll
Blake,
tell you in a minute.
Blake is doing some technical issues.
Okay,
why
he's
is that
listening
funny?
to us. Listen, while we're waiting for Blake, I decided that I really enjoyed giving gifts to you last
You
week.
should. Yeah, I'm a very gracious gift giver. In fact, no one writes thank you notes quite like I do.
Okay, and gift receiver, although...
Did I say receiver?
No, you said giver.
I'm a great gift receiver, too.
Yeah.
No one writes thank you notes quite like I do.
I didn't get a thank you note.
No one will write thank you notes.
I didn't get a thank... I like my cards from Papyrus, just so you know.
Okay, noted,
Anyway,
noted.
so I got you something today when I was getting my lunch. I'm sorry, everybody. I have to have my lunch right now. It's the only time of the day that I can do it. But so
You're so busy.
I'm very busy. Bye, bye, bye. Sell, sell, sell. So
Riding in cars.
I know. This is for you.
Thank you, Marissa. Thank you very much.
No, I should open it.
Thank you.
I want you to open
Moving
it.
right along. There's.
What's inside?
I know. I thought about getting one of these.
I knew it. I thought
I
it
almost
like
did
Jones
earlier.
Monkey.
This is a cookie
It's
from
a
a
seasonal-
store.
it's a
There's,
seasonal
there's a
cookie.
local. This is a cookie that people sell in some of the artisanal craft shops here.
Yeah, just one of the artisanal.
Vancouver. So I'm gonna bite off this side because
Okay.
I know you were sick all this week.
I've been really sick, yeah.
And in fact, I've had to do a lot of the heavy lifting that Marissa wasn't able to do this week. So if you watch the show
Playing
and
fast and loose with heavy lifting.
you're enjoying the show,
Do you want to dip it in my coffee first?
no, I don't want
Oh.
that. That's so
I
gross.
really like doing that. I love dipping anything that I had. Like, okay, so my mom always did this thing with us when we were younger. She would
Try this side.
No, I'm okay, thanks.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, so she would do this thing where she makes espresso and then she puts in latte. So she makes like cafe latte, and then she makes toast. But then she'd take the toast and break, and she'd put the cafe latte in a bowl,
Yeah.
and then she'd break off the pieces of toast and put it in the bowl. It's like we're having a coffee cereal with toast. It sounds weird, but it's so comforting to me now. So when I have anything with toast, like peanut butter, if you have a peanut butter toasted bread and dip in your coffee, seriously, it's the greatest thing ever, especially if you have a bagel. Oh, that is living, my friends. That is living. Anyway, back to the cookie. How is it?
Not very good.
What?
They're not good. I always get these holiday cookies at our artisanal coffee shops here in the Vancouver region, and
The artisanal coffee shop.
I'm always sorry when I get these. I mean,
Aw.
they look so festive. They feel like
Yeah.
they should, without a doubt, be a can't miss flavor sensation.
Yeah.
You know what I wanted to get today?
I feel like it's a happy October moment, so I wanted to celebrate October with you.
It is. This is my favorite season, folks. So if you're, I don't like to let people know when my birthday actually is, but if you want to get me a gift, this is the time of year you should buy me one. So, Marissa,
Yeah.
thank you for my fall season gift
You're
this
welcome.
year.
Um,
I have no
is
gifts
that
for you today.
Oh, okay. That's fine. You didn't have gifts for me last time either.
I didn't have gifts for you last time.
I also want to do this thing while Vic is not here that we eat something in the basement. Because we normally don't eat things in the basement because he likes to keep it really clean. But if he's not here, I feel like we should mess it up a little bit, you know?
Also,
Get
Vic
him
is a
while he's
robot. He doesn't need to eat. Give him more oil.
No, that's not the case.
It is kind of true.
So, you don't like it. I
Although he
apologize for
does-
that. But I also think that because they have these cookies on sale, like because we're gonna go into the Christmas season after this, right? So these cookies, these
No.
holiday cookies, will be on sale. One
No,
with
they
the
won't.
pumpkins on them. Yeah, they will.
They just keep these till next year. There's so many
no,
preservatives in
that's
this.
not true.
So many
They can't
preservatives.
Do that. I mean, if they do it, that's crazy. Okay, anyway, so.
Why are you trying to fatten me up? You're like a witch in a fairy tale.
Because you gotta be Santa Claus.
I know you're just trying to get me fat enough. Then you're going to say, "Oh, can you clean the oven for us, Scott?" Then I'll get in there, and all of a sudden, "Oh, it's hot in there, isn't it? Well, take off some of your clothes. Oh, by the way, there's some liquid in there. You can just start pouring that over yourself."
Just, like, pour this over you.
Yeah, that'll be the delicious gravy. That I will boil
nice.
in.
Somebody says happy 29th.
Why are you looking at that already?
Because people are commenting. People are saying happy 29th.
Why can't we just stay here?
I thought it would be a nice compliment to you that you're 29 and it's true.
Have you gotten your internet fix? Jesus, this is how she is. It's like my first wife.
All right.
She
Anyway,
was on the internet all the time. What was that?
my first wife.
What's that noise?
This is my shoulder. I keep cracking it. So anyway,
Let's talk about the entertainment world. Oh, let's talk about you leaving.
Your favorite subject. I am going to.
You were sick all week.
I'm still sick. Yeah. Okay, here's the thing.
Are you contagious?
You're sick and twisted.
I'm sick and twisted. My cameraman Enzo. You all know and love Enzo.
If you people saw how good looking he is, ooh, man.
Well, okay, whatever. Anyway,
He's so handsome.
Yeah,
I'm not even into men.
but you're into Enzo. I know.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, you guys have something going on. But he was really sick in Stockholm, and I told him, look, Enzo,
Yeah.
you're sick. Stay in your room. You're contagious. You have a fever. I don't want that. I don't want that BS.
No,
Like, I don't want
don't
it.
worry about it.
No, I want to get stuff done, which is great. Like, whatever. He's a hard worker, and I appreciate that. But if you're sick, I feel like you're contagious when you have a fever. You need to stay indoors. Like, don't contaminate the people you work with. Totally contaminated me. He owes me like 25 cupcakes at least. Now I'm sick, and you gave me the whole guilt trip earlier this week. You're like, don't you dare come in, because if you get me sick, I'll never forgive you.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a line of respect. We all work very closely together. I don't work as closely with Blake. We're all around each other in a very intimate space.
Yeah.
And I think Vic's very careful about, we keep a distance between us. Sometimes one of us gets sick, but if you're really sick, you can't go in and work with the other people, because then you just make everybody sick.
Yeah,
So
like
it
if you got
wasn't-
green stuff coming out of you, just probably just
I
go
was
to
just
work.
trying to save ourselves and save
you're-
you from, because I know I know you want to do the right thing,
Yeah.
and I know you wouldn't feel good if you made everybody else sick.
Oh, I would feel horrible.
But you
There's a
came
lot
in
of
pretty
guilt.
quickly, though.
There's a lot of guilt involved. Well, I mean, I stayed away for a couple of days.
What did I do for you, though?
You did some stuff for me.
I reviewed some stuff that
yeah, you
Marissa
did.
didn't have to review. You'll see it on the show.
Yeah, so you reviewed...
You're welcome. You're
you
welcome,
reviewed
America.
2 basketball games for me.
I did. Thank you.
And rock band. Rock band.
I did Rock Band, yeah.
Yeah, so those
Rock Band
reviews will
4.
be happening soon. So I appreciate
those
that.
reviews will air next week.
Next week reviews. So thanks for doing
Basically,
that for me.
like 5 minutes from now. You're welcome. I just thank you for your appreciation.
Of course.
I don't mind doing things for people just in general,
So
as long as they appreciate.
I do appreciate it, but we should tell the story of how you came to pick up the games for me.
Oh,
Because
well,
I was in a germ festation of my condo, and I had been cooking a lot of cabbage.
I think you enjoyed being sick.
I've been cooking
Like
a lot
part of it was
cabbage.
like, I think you just wanted someone to stop by every day, and I only once I saw you when you were sick.
Well, it was nice
But-
to see someone from the outside
Yeah, I
world.
know. And then I went upstairs, all the curtains, like she just opened the door and handed me this stuff out. And I just saw this little thing, this round thing with 2 little blinking things on it. I'm like, oh, that's her face. And then she stood there and she said, I'm so sorry, I'm sick. And then all of a sudden, this wafts of all these smells were coming into the hallway, and it was
All
like
these
this.
smells.
It was like this
Cabbage.
hot air that was.
It was
like
hot air, though.
boiled cabbage, or maybe like an onion that had been cooked in
Yeah,
the oven.
It was onion
And I'm just
cabbage.
like, what is going on in
It
there?
was like an old Ukrainian lady's home.
And like, I don't
Coming
even know
over.
what's going on in your GI.
I was,
That's your gastrointestinal tract.
No, I
because
was eating soup.
yeah, but you were eating so much cabbage.
Yeah, well, I bought a big head of cabbage. It's just me in there. I gotta eat all the cabbage.
I know, but maybe you could have just left the games outside your door.
I know. I thought about that after. I'm like, I should have just left it outside my door with a note saying it smells like cabbage. Stay out.
When you first opened the door, I thought, oh my God, I've rung the wrong buzzer. Apparently, Jabba the Hutt lives here. Jabba the Hutt is here, and she's eating some squirmy things from that bowl.
No. Okay, gross. I
That's
don't
how
need a
Jabba does it.
reenactment.
Oh, does he
Anyway,
use it? He doesn't use his own arms, does he?
I appreciate you coming to.
Someone feeds it to him.
I appreciate. you
Yeah, I
coming
went in there. I
to
don't want to
me.
go. Please don't make me do that again.
Well, I don't plan on being sick.
Honestly, the whole time I've known you, that's the first time you've been sick.
Yeah.
So
I
good
know.
for you. You have a good
Thanks.
immune system. I heard this week in CBC News, I heard that asthma.
CBC News.
Well,
Aw. Okay.
Why can't I talk about anything serious?
You can go ahead.
We already went over farts, Jabba the Hutt. What else?
We
got
cover
everything.
farts. We did not cover farts yet.
Well, we talked about cabbage, which is like talking about farts.
That's true. You're right.
Anyway,
So continue.
CBC News this week talked about how cases of asthma in the Vancouver, I don't know what they call this area we live in.
Greater Vancouver area.
In the greater Vancouver area are on the rise. And so one of the theories I heard on Stephen Quinn's show yesterday on the coast is that kids, the home where kids grow up now is a little too sanitized.
Where's your copy
You're
of
not
the New
even
Yorker?
listening to me.
I just want you to pull out the copy of the New Yorker, and I want you.
I'm talking about the CBC
Some
News
tobacco in
on the
your pipe.
coast. Anyway, the homes are too sanitized. Kids aren't exposed to it.
I'm listening. You know what? You already told me the story, so I'm.
I know,
listening
but
to you say it,
pretend
I'm
that you're
also
interested.
I am interested, but I'm also interested in what everyone's saying out there because I want to make sure that they're.
Let me
taking
see
part.
what these people are saying. Anyway,
I'm not
kids.
allowed to look at the chat anymore.
Kids
sorry.
aren't. Yeah, don't look at the chat. Let's have a conversation.
I'm listening
You
to
did
you.
that so well last week.
My God, I looked at the chat last week too.
Oh, there's a lot of internet going on. I don't want to miss it.
So kids are suffering.
They're not
Because-
exposed to enough germs
Yeah.
naturally the way that kids are supposed to lick the floor. Kids are supposed to eat dirty. They're supposed to eat duty.
Okay, well that's like to the
true.
extreme.
You're also not supposed to live in a metropolitan center with millions of other human beings.
That's right.
For sure, we do a lot of
Touche,
things, but you
Blake.
know what? We live in a time in history when we have antibacterial everything, including
I know.
buttholes.
That's part of the problem.
That is part of the problem. You're right, Blake. You're
That's
absolutely
why
right.
it's that you don't want to use that stuff. Because
No,
then
too much
the
hand
germs
sanitizer.
evolve.
That's what I'm saying. We use all that stuff, and now
So don't go out and lick the floor to get sick in the first place, so that you don't
go
have
out and
to.
lick the floor. In
Just
fact,
wash your hands.
ever since I heard this report from On the Coast, I've been licking floors left and right.
Oh, have you?
And that's why I went over to see you the other day to expose myself to some germs, see if my body could handle it.
And do you feel stronger than ever?
I've felt a little run down the last couple
Oh,
days.
really?
I go to bed early. I have an incredible immune system.
So,
I got something I want to rant about.
oh, good.
Well,
Wait,
maybe I'll
I
save
feel
it
like
for
we need,
later
like,
in
a
the show.
graphic Scott's rant.
No, you can go back to that, okay?
No, tell me your rant. Go ahead.
No.
I'm
Listen,
listening.
you wanted to talk about something else though.
What?
You're going on another trip.
Yeah.
Well, don't get sick this time. You're going with Enzo again.
Well, don't get sick this time. I try not to get sick every time. But yeah, we're leaving for the French Riviera tomorrow.
And what kind of stories are you going to get there?
We're gonna get a lot of stories to do with television. It's a television conference in Cannes.
All right.
So we're
Have you
covering
been to
that.
the south of France
I
before?
have never been to.
How's your français?
Merde.
That was good. Yeah.
It is merde.
Je
Je
ne parle
m'appelle
pas français
Marissa.
très bien.
No, that's pretty good. I think your French is better than mine.
Of course, it's better than
People
yours.
assume that being Canadian,
You don't.
have
A very
a-
small part of Canada
yeah.
is French Canadian, not
That's
French
true.
proper, French Canadian.
Yeah, but you would think that I always do assume that Americans know a lot of Spanish too because
Nope,
they
we
teach
don't.
Spanish. Don't you guys take Spanish? in school?
In school, you can take French or Spanish.
Oh, French or Spanish?
Yeah, Spanish is the logical choice because so much of the world speaks it.
Yeah,
But
a third of the free world
that's today's science fact.
speaks Spanish. It's true.
But of course, I took French.
Oh,
So
so that's why your French is better than mine.
I took 2 years of French, but it was like a public school, in America kind of French.
So
It
you
was
didn't-
pretty lazy.
So you didn't really learn much of
I
anything
learned that
in school.
valise is suitcase.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know that.
Chien is dog.
Okay, well, we don't need to go through the words that we
Why
know.
not? It's fun.
So let's talk about. Listen, you went to go see some movies without us, and you couldn't talk about The Martian last week.
No,
But you can
Blake.
talk
I
about
went to see it with
Martian now.
Blake, so
Oh,
maybe
you and
Blake,
Blake can
maybe
talk about it.
maybe Blake can
Blake, do you
give
have
his
any movie you
review.
can sit here?
I'd love to.
Okay.
Where are you going?
You don't have to
Blake.
move. I can just sort of. There's another chair I can grab.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
Just hang on a second.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Maybe-
I like that. This is fun.
Maybe she has to fart.
Oh, can we talk about the special that we just shot?
Yeah. Well, it's.
Why?
I just.
Listen, while Blake is coming over, the Blue Jays had clinched. The Blue Jays are in the playoffs, okay?
Okay.
The Blue Jays are number one.
Number one, Blue
in the AL.
Jays.
Listen, this is a big deal.
And you're a fiend for this stuff.
I'm so excited, but I've been getting kind of down lately about the fact that I probably won't be able to see a playoff game because of all the bandwagon. Not bandwagon,
Will
but
you
I'd like
stop?
to say
We
like
talked
fair
about
weather
this. Yeah,
fans.
just leave those people alone.
No, I'm happy that people are watching.
Yeah.
It's just like now I can't see the games because other people are going that
What games do you want to see?
a playoff game.
How? You mean in real life? You can watch
Yes.
them.
No, this might never happen again in my lifetime. I don't know.
I know. Just go to these games and go see them. Don't complain about the people who are already going to the games.
I'm not. Listen, I'm just
Fair weather fans.
Fair weather fans. They're just
Jumping on the bandwagon.
fair weather fans.
They're baseball fans who don't follow baseball as closely as you do.
I know.
But
It's
anyway,
okay.
talk about your special.
Oh yeah, so we're doing a baseball special.
Just for Marissa.
And-
It was her idea.
And no, I feel like you.
Yeah, it's probably my idea.
Anyway, so we're doing a baseball special. It's going to air on Monday because you know what? Playoffs start next week with the wild card situation.
But
It's
we
very
shot it
exciting.
yesterday.
Yeah, I
And
know.
what's your favorite thing that you want people to look out for?
Hi, everybody.
Look out for Scott missing balls. Balls flying
I've
at
been
his
missing
head.
balls for years.
That's right. Okay, Blake, so you guys talk about the Martian, and I'll just sit here and eat my oatmeal.
Do you want to go outside?
No, I could have gone outside. Blake wants me
Do
to
you
sit
have
here.
to make a fart?
What do you
No.
want to say about The Martian?
Well, how did you guys? First of all, how was the screening? Did he talk a lot during the movie, or did he talk a lot?
I
during
just
the
want to
movie?
tell you something that maybe I shouldn't say here, but
What?
Vic and Marissa were supposed to see it this week. They didn't see it because Marissa got sick, and then I had to go to like her diseased hot zone over.
We already covered that.
I know, but I just wanted to circle back that they didn't go because Marissa was sick. This is the way the show suffers when one of us goes down.
It was actually good because Marissa and Vic ended up seeing and reviewing Sicario instead,
right.
which is in today's episode. You can see it on EPN.TV.
It makes for better TV.
Yeah, it would have been
Okay.
weird to have you
Yeah,
review
for
The Martian
sure.
and then them right after. So now we have, this way we're covering all the new movies that are being
Yeah.
released today.
So is Sicario? It's been out for a week or two now, right?
It goes into wide release today. It's been in limited release in a few cities for the past 2 weeks.
Okay, so Sicario is out, The Martian is out. If you're going to the movies this weekend, what do you go see, Blake?
Hang on, I just want to make sure everyone can hear my mic. Just give me a second.
This
Blake.
is Scott's favorite.
Yeah, I can hear your mic, Blake.
No, we can hear Blake. We don't know what's happening with the
I don't know
audio.
why my hair is all falling down today.
Well, listen, I saw Sicario, and I thought that it was really well done. I did enjoy myself, and that was
Sounds
a
like
double
you're bored.
feature. No, it was a double feature day for me. Like,
when you
I
say
just-
well done, though, it sounds like.
it's true because I don't like my meat well done.
I mean,
But
it just
movies
sounds
should
like
be
that's
well
what people say about movies that they don't really like that much. They,
I was
Can
trying
you
to
hear me
speak
now?
without thinking about what I was saying first. I had to catch up to it. Okay. So, now I do feel like people should go see the movie. It is very good. It is very good.
Doesn't
It wasn't
sound very
no,
good,
it
though.
wasn't what I was expecting, which is good. I just came from seeing a very emotional movie before that. It was a double feature day for me. Okay, so I was crying in
this
the
is your
first movie.
job. It's amazing. And you were crying?
I cried a lot.
I really want to see Sicario.
And I didn't
because-
cry in Sicario. I cried in the other movie. But yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Sicario.
No, I didn't cry in Sicario. That would be crazy.
Okay, Sicario. So it's really well done, but The
Yeah,
Martian.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
Going
But
to
I
The
wanna see
Martian.
it.
Martian.
Go to the Martian now. It's okay. Yeah.
So The Martian. Do you want to start, Scott, or should
No,
I?
you go ahead, Blake.
Okay.
Oh, let's hear it.
The Martian is a Ridley Scott movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
looks
is.
great. It
Blake, I
looks
agree.
great. It looks.
It's
it
really
looks
well
beautiful.
done.
Looks so realistic, so beautiful, really stylized. Not a square inch of scenery in that movie isn't.
CG.
You know, no, there's a lot of practical stuff, but isn't meticulously thought of ahead of time and made to look perfect. It's a visually beautiful movie, but like every other or almost every other Ridley Scott movie, the characterization is really weak, and the emotional drama, at least for me, you liked it a bit more than I did. The emotional stuff sort of fell flat, which is scary because it's a character-driven story. It's about one man stranded on a planet all by himself. It should be very emotionally intense. You know, there's rockets going off. It should be pulse pounding and dramatic, but it's not. It falls flat for me anyway.
You know, even when you watch the trailer for The Martian, and I saw it inadvertently before some other movie, maybe Black Mass or something, but they do have this one little clip where they're showing Matt Damon crying, Matt Damon being a hero, Matt Damon in a space vehicle. Then they cut to like a mother and a child. And you think like, oh, there's going to be real heart here. You're going to really get a sense of Matt Damon's character. I don't even remember what his name was. Matt Shipley or Shapley or
His
Chipley
name was
or
Matt Damon.
no, the character.
No, but I mean, he's playing Matt Damon in the movie.
So anyway,
He's the same character every Matt Damon plays in every movie. He's the all-American good old boy.
but he doesn't. It doesn't really have the. Doesn't have as much emotion as you would think it might have. It's certainly not the amount you might think it might have from watching the trailer. And at that little scene, that mother-child little video clip is actually Michael Peña's character's family. It's not Matt Damon's family at all. Matt Damon seems to have no family for the.
I think they kept it deliberately vague. They wanted people to not. They wanted you to know as little as possible about him so that you can project yourself onto him.
Okay.
But about the emotion, like the first scene of the movie is him getting. It's in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. It's him getting stranded on Mars. They leave without him, and
which has ice on it.
Yes.
Now, in real life,
well, it's always we always knew that it had ice.
Oh, okay.
The big news that from the real life news about Mars is that it has liquid water.
Liquid water.
That's
We always knew there was ice on, or we did for a few decades. We knew there was ice on it.
I got to start reading Scientific American.
The
Put down the New Yorker for
compare
a second.
the first 5 minutes of The Martian with him getting stranded and left behind. His ship takes off without him, leaves him on this barren planet. There's another film about an alien botanist stranded on an alien planet all by himself with a very similar opening scene. It's E.T. Compare the first 5 minutes.
It's what?
E.T.
E.T.
It's also about an alien botanist stranded on an alien planet. And it's very similar. You see the ship taking off and leaves him there. And compare the first 5 minutes of E.T. to the first 5 minutes of The Martian, and you'll see what I mean with regards to it not being emotionally impactful enough.
The movie that I couldn't stop thinking about while watching The Martian is, of course, Moon, which I thought was doing some of the same kind of work, exploring similar subject matter, but I thought it was much more moving, much more emotional, much more had a stronger spirit at the center, and just overall just so much more convincing to me. And I feel like this is a movie where obviously Ridley Scott had a lot of money, high production values, maybe too much money, too many production values, and there are too many people in this movie. I think
I'm just going to talk into Marissa's mic.
Yeah.
So
I hope this sounds better.
You sound great, Blake. So I feel like there's great women in here. Jessica Chastain is in there. There's Kate Mara is in there. I love those two women.
Love Kate Mara.
Oh, I do love her. She's like a little cute elf lady. And then there's Kristen Wiig for some.
Which is weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, and it completely keeps throwing me off as I'm watching this.
It's not just Kristen Wiig for me, because I think all of the characters in this movie shouldn't have been big names. They should all have been smaller actors who maybe you saw in one or two other things, but whose names you don't really know, so that they sort of disappear into the role.
Yeah.
But they didn't. As soon as they come out,
there's characters who have 2 lines in the movie, and they're people whose name. Oh, this person's in that movie, and it felt inappropriate.
Who's the Dumb and Dumber guy? Something
Jeff
Harris?
Jeff
Daniels. Jeff Daniels is there, yeah, and it's just like it's like some scene from that show on HBO. I can't remember what it was called. The one where they're in a newsroom. They're in the newsroom, and it's just like
when they're in the newsroom. The newsroom.
It's newsroom. I got it, guys. I got it. And then I don't know. Like I just felt so kind of exhausted and overwhelmed by this movie at the same time. And I guess that's what Ridley Scott does best at this point in his career. Is he exhausts you and he overwhelms you, even though you feel like there is a good movie in there, but it's buried under too much. Ridley
Scott is really good. Oh, sorry.
Hey, it's okay, I'm here.
His movies do make you feel very emotionally distant, which works if you're talking about Alien or Blade Runner or movies like that, or Thelma. Well, not Thelma and Louise, but
Thelma and Louise.
A movie like this, you want to be. It should have been made by someone like Robert Zemeckis or Ron Howard. Like, you want to be emotionally involved, not visually involved. I mean, the visuals should look good, but it has to be emotional more than anything, because, like I said, it's about one guy stranded on a planet. You should be on the edge of your seat the whole time, like, ooh, is he gonna die? Like, and it's you're detached from the movie.
Yeah, I never felt like he was in trouble, because it's Matt Damon, you know, and you're just like, of course he's gonna be fine, and no matter how much despair there is, no matter how close he seems to death, you just think, well, somehow he's going to grow potatoes again, and he'll be able to eat, and he does, and so everything kind of comes back.
I would have liked more science stuff too. Like, I would have liked to be. I'm sure I haven't read the book, but I'm sure the book gets more.
There's a lot of science in the book.
Like, I want to be able to watch this movie, and then if I'm ever stranded on Mars, like, actually know how to survive.
Sure.
Like I want to know what chemicals to put in the soil to make it grow.
But there have been a lot of articles that have praised the movie for being really complimentary to what it would really
it is.
like.
It's time. I'm a science geek, so I.
Oh, okay.
But the book apparently has a lot of science in it, and
Yeah.
I haven't read the book. I'm not going to pretend that I've read the book. But my friend Jason, who went to the movie with us, he and I had
another shout out on the podcast.
He
This
gets
is
one
2
every
weeks
week.
in a row.
Jason from Relic Entertainment.
That's right.
Well, we're not supposed to say that.
Oh,
But
really?
okay, that's fine.
Oh.
My friend Jason.
He works for Relic. Yeah, it's true.
We're not supposed to.
Okay,
Anyway,
sorry.
Why not?
it's just leave Jason in his own
Okay.
private life. Anyway, he read the book. Well, he read most of it, and he said that there's a lot of. And he's a guy who's obsessed with technology and obsessed with science, and so he said there's a lot of satisfying science stuff in the book. And he said some of the small things in the movie, like that, there's a little moment where you get a glimpse of Happy Days, the old TV show. I wasn't alive when it aired, but Vic was, and. And Jason said they make so much more of that in the book, and there were little bits in the movie, he said, that really got stretched out farther in the book, and I think that happens, on a regular basis in books for sure. So I think I would like you to read the book, okay, Blake? I'm volunteering you.
I don't like fiction.
And then you get back to us.
I find reading fiction is usually a waste of time.
Oh.
I prefer to read nonfiction, but that's just me.
Oh.
Snap.
Welcome to
That's
the
because I'm a robot.
welcome to the tiny pinky in the side.
Portion
Well, Blake.
So my upper lip is feeling a bit stiff right now.
But in the rear view mirror, though, looking back at this movie, I'm okay without it. And I was happy to have you guys go and then have a discussion with me and Blake about it, but that didn't happen. And so, without having seen it, what would your score be?
I have no idea. It just kind of looks like an extended portion
Give a score.
of. No,
Score it.
Stop. An extended portion of Interstellar because we found Matt Damon alone.
Interstellar was better than this movie.
Oh, interesting.
And I
okay.
was I wrote a review about Interstellar on EPN.tv. I was really conflicted with Interstellar.
Yeah,
I liked Interstellar better than this movie.
That's right. You didn't like it.
I hated Interstellar when I first saw it, but I liked it after I thought about it a bit more. My opinions about Interstellar today, I like it more than I like the
And there was real science there too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
No. I just heard Marissa say 6, so it's a 6 out of 10 from her for The Martian. So
No,
I have one more philosophical point I'd like to make
Okay,
very quickly.
sure.
The Martian, for me, my biggest problem with it overall is that the idea of the movie is going in the wrong direction. It's about a man on Mars trying to get back to Earth. And my outlook, because I'm a weirdo, I would love to go and live on Mars.
Sure, yeah.
So for me, it's like I want to go in the other direction. I don't want to be on Mars going back to Earth. I'm on Earth and I want to go to Mars.
Okay.
So
make it happen, NASA.
So for me, that from the earliest conception, this movie to me falls kind of against my philosophical outlook on
I
things.
have a non-philosophical question for you both. Did you eat popcorn at the movie? Yes or no?
well, yeah, I always do.
No,
And?
I never do.
I like paying $11 for popcorn, something that costs 20 cents to make.
I'm there to watch a movie, not eat popcorn.
Oh, snap.
Again with the
Pinky up. Okay,
very
so
sophisticated.
are we done with
let's shift gears. Let's talk.
Can I
Yeah,
leave?
that's it.
Okay.
Thanks
See
so
you
much.
guys later.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Blake.
Thanks for joining us today on Vic's
6
Basement.
though, that's harsh.
I didn't give it a 6. Oh my god.
I would give it a 6 as well.
Can you
Okay.
take your little stool?
I sure can.
Thank you.
I think I gave it a 6. I don't know. I don't know.
You just did a solo review though.
Yeah, I don't
How was
remember. Just Blake and I, we work together. That's how we like to do it. Let's talk about video games a little bit, okay? Can we shift gears?
Because I've been playing a lot of video games.
Can you tell me about let's be honest, the only game you really care about, and that is the Animal Crossing Kingdom.
I feel like you
It's
don't wanna hear about
alive.
this
I
at
do.
all.
I do. I want to hear all of it. The Animal Crossing Kingdom is back. Is it a kingdom? The kingdom is back, and this
I
time
wouldn't
it's
call it a kingdom. I would call it a little village.
it's home designer makeover. What's the name of it?
It's Happy Home Designer.
Okay, so you've been playing this, and you played it while you were
So-
sick.
Yeah, it was bringing me a lot of joy, comfort, and joy.
Okay. I have no idea how this game works.
Okay, so first I need to say there's a lot of people out there that, have never really tried an Animal Crossing game or feel like they look at something like this and will think, you know what, this is not for me, this is ridiculous, this is like for kids or for girls, I don't want to play this game. Listen, it is a lot of fun. If you like creating things, and a lot of games now give you the option to create I feel like this game is giving you that avenue, that road to go down, and I didn't think that I would like it that much, but I knew that I wanted to jump into it because it was Animal Crossing, and I love everything Animal Crossing. So in this game, you play a happy home designer. That's exactly what you are, and you just meet different villagers and different anthropomorphic characters in the town, and they need help with their redecorating. I know it sounds really silly. It sounds silly when I say it out loud. I know, but when you play, when you get into it, you realize the little intricacies of the game that make it work so well, and how intuitive the game is, and how each of the characters really ends up meaning something to you at the end. You have little interactions with them, but you want to go check in on them too. It's this little village that I really like living in. I just want to be a part of. I want to like just be in there. If I could transport myself to be in this little world with them, even as Tom Nook, as my boss, I would do that. Are you looking at your tags?
Can you live next door to Jessica Chastain or Kate Mara?
I mean, I haven't met them yet in my village, so possibly. I mean, that's another aspect of it is the AR cards, because of the AR cards, you meet different villagers, and you touch them to your 3DS, and then they get transported in, which is really cool. You call them, and then they come into your game. Look, Nintendo knows how to make money at this point with these things, with the amiibos, now with the AR cards, and they're going to do that. There's a lot of people that are in love with this game.
But tell me one story. What's one scenario where you were really proud or really annoyed? This is true stories from the Happy Home Designer.
This is true stories from Happy Home Designer. Well, you meet Isabel. So Isabel is the mayor of...
What is she?
No, she's not the mayor, sorry, but she's like the lady that helps.
Otter?
She's the dog that helps you in your... She's in the Animal Crossing...
She the one that plays guitar, her husband?
No, that's KK Slider. They're not related. But, so she is in Animal Crossing New Leaf, but she's also in Happy Home Designer because she's there. She needs to commission you to help build things like cafes and schools and hospitals. And I need to tell you that the hospital overhaul for me was a lot of work. That took like hours of work, and I'm very proud of my hospital. You go in there and you see all the little animals that are sick, and they're in there and they're shivering, and I just related to them so much because I was sick and I was shivering, and I just felt like this game gets me, it just understands me so much.
Have you had any conflicts in the village?
No conflicts, because I mostly just give everybody what they want. I guess if I were
That's just how you are in real life. You try to make everybody happy.
Yeah, I try to make everybody happy, sure, and myself as well. But as I get older, I'm realizing that I need to do less of that and more for me and less for other people, because you get taken advantage of when you're like that.
But have you had any conflicts? Do you have any beef?
I only have beef with Tom Nook because he always seems to he comes in and like he pats you on the back a little bit, but then he's like, oh no, I gotta go. I'm late for a very important meeting.
Does he smoke?
And then like the other lady that works there, Lottie, she's like, he's not really going to a meeting. He's trying to make his tea time. Like he's all about playing golf. So he's like one of those bosses that doesn't work, but he goes to play golf all the time, which is basically what Victor Lucas is doing right now. He's just playing golf.
But is there a whore in the village?
Did you say a whore?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I haven't.
What would be his name?
I guess, yeah. What would be his name? I guess is there always a village whore?
Well, I don't know.
Every village needs one.
No, I said horse.
You didn't say a horse. You did not. But I haven't. There for sure will be a horse. I just haven't.
There's no brothel though.
There's a zebra. Well, I haven't made a brothel yet. No.
Oh, you have to make the brothel.
Yeah.
Is KK Slider in the game?
He has not commissioned me for a project yet, but I'm sure.
But he's there though.
He could be one of the AR cards, probably one of the magical AR cards.
If you walk by his house, does he play guitar? Can you hear him inside?
He's not there yet. That's the only thing. This game is like a sliver. It's like a sliver of what Animal Crossing New Leaf is, because you're just designing homes. So
you can then use your amiibos or cards to make more game for yourself.
Well, yeah, you're calling in more people to then do their go and build their homes.
I like you and I respect you.
You just don't respect the game.
Yeah, I have no interest in this game.
Anyway, so something else that has coming in
here we go.
is the new Yoshi game. There's a lot of yarn in this game.
Have you played it?
No, I want to play it, but I'm going to be away, which means you're going to be playing it and you're going to be reviewing it, and I'm a little upset about that because I feel like I don't know. I mean, I also feel like it's going to make for a good review, a really entertaining review, because I never really know what you're going to say about
That's
these
all I
games.
care about. I just want entertainment.
No, I know, but do you how do you feel about these cute games? Because
I
feel
hate
like
the
you,
cute- I don't
you
care.
bet the other way when it comes to video games.
sure.
Like, I'm down this one path and you're down a completely
You
different
go
path.
right down the middle.
You're like Bloodborne lane, and I'm just like here in Animal Crossing land.
I like originality. I like intelligence. I
There's
like
intelligence in Animal Crossing.
I really,
There really is.
Listen, I don't want to live in a rainbow village where everyone's just trading bells for carpets. Like I like it's, and then I don't like. Who's that one guy?
You trade
Who's the
whatever that is
mole?
in Bloodborne. What
Who's
do
the
you trade
mole that lives in the
Blood
ground?
Echoes.
Who's the mole that lives in the ground?
Oh, Resetti.
That guy gives me the creeps.
Well, yeah, because you gotta save your game before you exit, or else he's gonna come visit you.
So
I think it's really cute and really intelligent.
listen, I don't know about this Yoshi's Woolly World or whatever. I
Yeah.
hope it's fun, but I know Vic loves it already, even though he hasn't played it. And so I have to bet the other way.
Look, if there's only, I just need to ask you this though.
What?
Can I have your copy?
No.
Okay.
I'm donating it to an orphanage in your Animal Crossing town. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations.
Okay, so you're never gonna play Animal Crossing. Happy Home Designer.
No,
Fine,
I
whatever.
played a lot of Animal Crossing, and I
I-
tried it, and everybody loves it, and it's so slow. It's like, well, if you go back here at midnight, maybe you'll see the dog play a guitar, and I'm just like,
It
I don't know
gives you-
why I'm doing
Because
this.
it always gives you a reason to come back for more. It gives you
But
more
what though?
every
What
time
do you
come
get?
back.
You get more bells. You get a new carpet for your house. Like, who
You
cares?
get this village that relies on you. They always have new comments for you. It's like this living little world that's inside, and you
It's
have
not
to take
enough.
care of it. You got to pull the weeds. You got to plant things. You got to make a nice little village for
For
your people.
you though,
I don't really know
that's
what the problem
perfect.
is.
That's perfect.
It is.
I'm glad you have. I'm glad you enjoy this so openly.
I do.
Even though
really
it's
do.
baseball season, you should be watching the Blue Jays 24/7.
I am.
And you're playing Animal
I
Crossing.
watched them clinch. It was amazing. It was so much fun. I don't like every game now doesn't mean anything until the playoffs start. So that's happening soon, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So like the second I get back basically from France, it's playoff time. I'm just gonna
Do
be
you
wearing
think
my
that
Blue
they?
Jays jersey
Do you
all the
think they
time.
cover baseball in France?
No.
There must be some like Sports Center. I'd love to see French Sports Center.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
would be
It really
funny.
would be
How
like
do
a
they
pardon
yeah.
the
Pardon me.
interruption
Pardon the interruption. Yeah.
in French.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I feel like I really wish that I understood French a lot more because I would really enjoy that, but I don't, so I can't.
Are you going to try to
I
speak
won't.
it at all when you're there?
Yes. Un
Oh
croissant.
my God, they're going to throw you
Un
out.
croissant. Un baguette, s'il vous plaît. Un café.
Also, this week we have more news going on. Blake, you gave us some things that.
Well, we did talk about the iPhone.
Well, the
yeah,
new phone.
Blake,
Oh yeah,
my
we
God,
brought
you
that
should have
up.
talked about your iPhone when you were here, but
Talk about the iPhone?
Sure, come
okay,
on,
sure.
move over.
We're bringing him back, everybody.
Guys, Blake is back.
Blake is back. For the iPhone
Okay, but do
review.
you have your phone here with you?
I do. Look.
All right.
He
well,
got the new iPhone, so we're all a little bit jealous.
The iPhone 6S, not the Plus.
what is open on the front of it? Looks like you have some porno. Close that.
What do you have
Actually,
in your
my porno is all on
screensavers?
my laptop.
Now I'm
Okay.
interested. What is your screensaver like? It's just plain.
Oh, it's just the.
The standard.
Uh,
Okay.
let me here.
Oh, it's just
it
like
opens
your.
automatically because I have my thumb on it.
Oh,
It's just the normal. It's the granite
boring.
rock face.
that's a little boring.
It's so thin.
Look, it's
It is
fingerprint
so-
activated.
It is so thin. I want to touch it, but I don't want to wreck it. So.
Why not?
touch
Just
it.
touch it.
The biggest new feature is the 3D touch, where you basically. I'll demonstrate it for the camera.
Oh, great.
Does it not work with the
Like
new
it's showing
iPhone? The
us how
3D touch
everything
doesn't
works
work with
now.
my.
No, because it's new technology under the hood. It's where you tap it, and it opens. Like
You tap it and
tapping
it
that
opens.
opens that, but if you press there and then like it does other stuff.
They can
it's-
see your secrets now.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
I purposely didn't open anything.
And know what your
incriminating.
apps are. Oh, but he does have incriminating stuff on there, possibly.
So the same.
So basically, the 3D touch it's pressure sensitive. Like a tap and a like depending on how hard you hit it, it registers a different action.
Vagabond Knight says that you went to the dark side.
On what?
Your fault.
Why?
Because you've got the new technology.
Oh, I don't understand what she means though.
Explain yourself, girl.
Blake, so
Chomsky
listen.
would not be proud.
Listen, I have.
She's. Oh, okay. She's saying I'm being a mindless consumer by giving money to a slave labor. Without getting too political.
It's true.
A phone made by slaves in
Okay.
Chinese
That
gulags.
was
So
a good
Blake-
call out. That was a
okay.
good call out.
Blake, tell me about your experience with this phone so far.
Well, I was telling Marissa before we started. I don't. I'm past the point of getting excited about my phone because it's a fucking phone. Like
Oh, F-bomb. It is. It's just a phone.
when the iPhone first came out, everyone was like, ooh, like everyone, every year it came out and everyone lost their shit. Like, it's so cool, like, because it was cool. Like, we never had anything like that before. It was just this little laptop in your hand and it does all this cool shit and you play games on it. It's great.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's a phone. I'm used to it.
Now it's just a phone. We're just used to technology.
Blake,
now.
thanks for that review.
The 3D touch.
You can go back there now.
The 3D touch is cool, but it's a feature.
And Steve and Raju were gonna have their review of the 6.
One of them really liked it. One of them hated it.
Yes, that will air next week.
Is it true one liked it, one hated it?
I don't know. I actually haven't watched.
And let's just say that because it'll tease
okay.
it.
Yeah, okay.
So one liked it and one hated it. Who was it? I don't know.
That's good.
You'll never believe what happens. Click this link and you'll.
It's the most dramatic episode of EP Daily ever.
One thing I should say about the phone, I've been using the 4S, not the 5, the 4. So the one that came out in 2011, the one that was the one that was really tiny. And the reason I didn't upgrade for so long is because I preferred the 4 because I don't like phones that are big.
Yeah.
The other one I could just access everything with my thumb. But this one, look, this is how I naturally hold it, right? How am I supposed to touch stuff at the top?
You gotta grow your thumb.
I have to use my other hand or drop it down or something, which means I might drop it on the ground. Or they added this feature, you can double tap that and it goes down.
You don't even know how nervous you're making me by not putting a case on that phone.
Oh yeah, I like my phone's naked. But
I drop my
phone. I just like that they make. I wish they had a little bit smaller than this, even though and the Plus is even bigger. But I like how they make the phone so big they have to come up with a workaround to let you be able to actually use it. Like, why not just make a smaller phone? And about the case, because it's naked. I don't know if the other 6 had this, but the camera is raised. Like, there's a lens on the outside of this that you can feel it. So it doesn't.
Raised.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't like that.
Blake, you've been living with this phone for a little while now.
What do you score it?
What do you score it? That's right.
I don't know. It's a phone. I mean,
you got to score
that's
it.
That's not a number.
If you need a new phone and you like the iPhone and aren't an Android user, I mean, it's a phone.
You have to comply with the format of the show.
It.
What are you scoring it?
We score everything.
Yep.
7.5.
Okay, that's a fair score. That's the safest score you could probably give it.
7.5.
I don't have any big complaints about it. I have a few, but
Vic just phoned. He's got a review.
He wishes
9.
it was a little bit
9.5
smaller.
and a 10.
9.5 and a 10. 2 scores for that from Blake.
If there was a Batman version, it'd be a 10.
He had a girl with a phone. He would call
11.
her. Okay, so
that's my iPhone.
All right, Blake.
That was it.
Thank you, Blake.
Amazing. Thanks, Blake.
2 segments on today's show. We are definitely going to win a Peabody.
Look out for that Emmy.
So apparently there is ice on Mars.
There is water on Mars. There's always been ice on Mars.
Okay, moving right along. There's some other news. We've got some DLC to talk about. The Batman game.
We should talk about the Mars thing. It's cool.
Well,
Blake, come on back. Come on back. No, that's okay.
We do talk about it. We do talk about it. We talk about it
talked about it in the show.
Our baseball episode of the show.
Oh yeah, we did. That's
which
right.
airs on Monday, so we will be discussing that. Jones and I discuss it, which is funny because we have a baseball episode, but the news is not baseball.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be.
No, it's not, because what can we talk about?
But I like
baseball?
Jamie Pilar.
It's
Kevin Pilar.
Honestly, Jones, it's Kevin Pilar. But listen, you and I need to discuss the fact that I feel like the apocalypse is nigh because the Mets and the Blue Jays.
Are the Mets in the playoffs?
Yes.
I got to read the sports section.
The Mets. So your Mets. You should. I thought you loved the Mets.
Well, it's just been so easy, like all bandwagon people, to just tune out your favorite team if they're not playing well.
You're a fair weather fan.
I mean, I don't know. Like I listened to Yankee games when I was a kid on the radio. That's how old I am.
What's a radio?
Good one, Blake. For the rest of today's Peabody Award-winning show, you're over there. And then when I moved to New York, I just thought all these Yankees fans are assholes. So I'm
So
a
you
Mets
fit
fan.
right
So
in.
I lived near Shea Stadium, and I used to go to Shea Stadium to watch the Mets play. And so I used to listen to the Mets games on the radio.
Shea Stadium is no more. It is now
Citi Field. That's right.
Which has apparently a lot of obstructions for people that sit in the upper deck.
But
I've been there before.
Oh, you have been
But
there,
I did not sit in the upper deck. They have a Shake Shack there.
But congratulations, though, to the Blue Jays, to the New York Mets.
Congratulations to you.
I'm into football right now.
Mets are my favorite squadron.
I am into.
Okay, yeah, that was a Simpsons callback, but yeah, so you're into
I'm
football.
into football, and I'm watching football, and that's all I really care about right now. But when the World Series starts, I don't know if I want to watch the playoffs. I mean, I have to watch the Blue Jays playoffs.
Pardon?
Yeah.
No, We're going to watch the playoffs because not only do we have one team that we're rooting for, we have two because I'm a Mets supporter 100%. Like, that is my National League team. So I now have to, this never happens. It never happens where we come to a playoff point where, I know this shouldn't be sports talk. I apologize.
We'll stop in a second.
Yeah, we're going to stop in a second. But there's never been a point where I have had a real team that I love so much to root for. I mean, there have been. I rooted for the Rays in the past because they were the underdog. I always cheer for the underdog, but the underdog never makes it to the end because of these big franchises, these big dynasty teams are always there. Like, the Cardinals are always in the playoffs. Yeah. They're always there. Like, I'm so excited to see another turnaround. You know how Spain would always win the World Cup? Like, they won so many years in a row. They won the Euro. And now it's like, it's time for another team to come up. And I think it's just the way sports should go. I don't think there should be one dynasty kingdom that rules
It's
all
been
for a long
gratifying.
time.
I have to say that the San Francisco faded this year the way that they did.
It's been great.
Yeah, it was sort of, I can't lie, like, I enjoyed. That's enough for San Francisco.
Take that, Jose. Take that, Jose. But
like, they've had so many great years in a row. But listen, I think that's enough sports talk.
Sports talk is tabled.
But I got a little rant I want to do today, and
great.
I've been waiting all episode for the right moment.
Can you get rid of the garbage on the table? It's distracting me. Thank you. Okay. Blake will take it. Thanks, Blake. Another appearance from Blake.
Thanks, Blake.
Hey,
we are going to win the Peabody. Okay, listen, I have one rant, and I don't know why. I'm sure I've talked about this before on the show, but this really irritates me. What? And that is, and I know this started around the Nintendo 64 era. So you were alive when this first was pioneered.
I was a wee lass, but yes,
yeah, the technology is the Rumble Pack inside the controller.
Oh my God, the Rumble Pack!
And remember, when you first would buy the Nintendo 64, you would have to buy. There was a little extra peripheral, and there was an opening in the bottom, and you would plug the peripheral into it. And as you would play something like Star Fox 64, you would have rumblings that would happen as the game would continue to unroll in front of you.
Yeah, sure.
And so,
Snowboard kids too.
like, as over the years, everybody, whether it was the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, the Xbox, everybody had their kind of, I think the Wii did as well. Yeah. Everybody had that little, you get a little jiggle when this happens in the game.
Yeah, you're right. The Wii does, yeah.
And I don't know why, one, we ever thought this was a good idea. Two, why on earth do we still do this in video games? Whenever I'm playing a video game and the rumble feature kicks in and it starts rumbling across my coffee table.
You were so right.
Well, I know. Let me finish my rant, though. I'm ranting.
Yeah, okay.
And the thing starts rumbling, and I just thought, Jesus, I thought I turned that off.
Yeah.
I thought, why is this even in the game? Why does it default to just going on, especially with a controller like the Xbox One controller, which is battery powered? And so once the battery expires, I got to put a new battery in. And that the inadvertent rumble that happens during gameplay somehow is supposed to convince me that the huge explosion in the game is somehow affecting me in real life.
Yeah.
Like, I like it as a concept, and I liked it as a concept 20 years ago, but now it just seems like horse shit.
It reminds you that you're holding a controller.
Yeah.
Which is what you want to forget about when you're being immersed in a game.
That's very interesting. You know what? It's just something that I've gotten used to, and I just haven't really thought that much about it. And I'm surprised by it. Sometimes I forget that it's there, and it happens.
That's because it's so lazy, too. It will happen at some point. Sometimes it will happen. Sometimes it won't. And then it always happens when I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah. And it scares me and irritates me. It's like, your neighbor, living next door to a neighbor who has an air horn that they just goes off every now and then, and somehow that's supposed to enhance your life. I don't know why this is still a thing that Sony and Microsoft continues to celebrate. I don't know. I don't think any Steam games support that kind of crap.
Well, Sony's getting worse because they have this stupid light on the PS4 now.
And also there's a speaker in the controller as well.
I don't mind that as much.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I was, and the thing is, I was playing Uncharted this week, the new one, and
Nathan Drake, he's
the light sort of transposes to yellow, like the default kind of color for the controller is in the Uncharted spirit of, I guess this is a sand color, or I don't know what it is. But I don't like any of that. I don't like the bells and whistles. Like, let's just get into the game. Let's have a good time. I don't need all.
Oh my God.
I don't need these theatrics. Boy, that was Taco Fino.
Why are you still
Tacos.
single?
I know.
You know, I got
honestly.
these control. That's my personal ad, ladies. I eat at Taco Fino a lot. I got some controllers at home
What is
that.
beef? Did you get a beef one?
No, I had.
You got a pork
I
one.
had 2 fish and I had a pork.
Yeah, you had a pork.
Anyway, moving right along. That is my rant of the day.
And
Anything that rumbles, I want it out of my video game consoles. I want it out of my video games in general. That's the end of rumbling, video game industry. You are welcome.
Okay, I do appreciate that rant because I feel like you're hitting on a point that not a lot of people bring up or talk about. It's just something that we've accepted in our lives as gamers. So I do appreciate it because you're right. I don't think we need it, and it is eating my batteries, and I do have to change my batteries often with my Xbox. So thanks, Jones. I don't know if it's going to help at all, but I do appreciate it. And
Well, I think if we can get enough people behind me, I think they can actually.
Jones's Army, hashtag
Well, I just
no
think.
more Rumble.
I think they'll make me prime minister.
Oh, no, you can't be Prime Minister. You're not Canadian. And you have to be...
Am I not Canadian?
You don't have to be born here to be.
Oh, see?
Really?
That's an American thing.
Yes.
Oh, it's just an American
Yeah, you
thing.
just have to be a Canadian citizen to be prime minister.
So he could be
I could.
Prime
If you're a
Minister
Canadian citizen
one day.
now, yeah.
Yeah. So you brace yourself for that, Canada. Listen, let's
I
go
don't know
back.
if we're ready to have an American in power here, but maybe.
Listen, let's
What?
go back to Nathan Drake.
I love him so much.
Yeah, can you tell people about that? Because I heard a little bit about it this week, and I thought it was entertaining. So
No, he makes me so happy. He makes me so happy on so many levels. It's like, I know he's just a video game character, I get it, but have you ever had a video game character that you're just so in love with that you
Bayonetta.
wish was real? No, but do you wish that she was real?
yeah,
That you would be in a relationship
she
with her
might
and
have
that
sex
she'd
with
be your
me,
wife?
or she might kill me.
No, but
But
would
I'll
you
go
wanna
for
be,
either one.
But would you want to have a relationship with Bayonetta?
Yeah, she has an English accent, so she'd probably insult me, and that might turn me on a little.
Okay, so you like abuse?
Well, I
from
like
your
an
lady?
English accent, and
Good to know.
she's got
Check.
great legs.
Yeah.
I'm not really a boob man.
Okay, so that's
Have I gone too far?
Yeah. So now, ladies, you know what he's looking for: great legs, no boobs, and
That's pretty much
hair
it.
on your head that can turn into
Devil. No, a dragon.
a dragon, or
Dragon
your
hair.
outfit.
Yeah, yeah.
Your hair needs to create an outfit for yourself.
Yeah, hair outfit.
And guns on your shoes, on your boots.
Shoe guns.
Yeah. No,
So back
but
to
see,
Nathan Drake.
But see, she's not real enough for me. Nathan Drake is something that still feels tangible to me. I feel like Nathan Drake is like oh my God, he's like the perfect specimen of a man.
Mm-hmm.
Blake, no?
Do you know what's important to point out here?
What?
The first Uncharted games were made by
A
they were headed
woman.
up by a woman.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
Yeah.
So I just like there's so
By
many
Amy Hennig.
by Amy Hennig, yeah. So he brings me a lot of joy.
Do you think he would? Do you think he'd bring you something nice on Valentine's Day?
No, sometimes I feel like he might forget about me because he has really important things to do, but I feel like
He's got puzzles to solve that
he's
aren't
got
really
puzzles
that
to solve.
difficult to solve.
But I feel like I would want to help him with those puzzles.
What about his scarves? Are you like a man in a scarf?
It's okay. He's allowed to do that because he's an adventurer and he needs that scarf sometimes.
What does the
'cause he
scarf
needs to cover
do?
he needs to cover his mouth sometimes.
He still wears it even when he doesn't need it, though.
No, he would only use it if he needs it. He has the sense of humor that I enjoy.
He is very funny, but I feel like he's gay,
He's not.
and I feel like he's really in love with Sully, who is kind of a father figure, so it gets kind of creepy. We get into bear territory now.
No, that's
He
not
could
true.
be bisexual.
He might be bisexual.
But you said that everyone's going to be bisexual in like 20
Well, they
years.
will. Like 20 years from now, we'll be dead, but people will be having sex
gonna
with
be
men
dead.
and women. Holes. Any hole will be nice.
Any hole. We'll just visit any hole.
The any hole revolution coming in 20 years.
But I don't know. But don't you like, what about the women in the Uncharted games? Like, do you...
Yeah, I like Chloe. Elena, I don't like as much.
Why?
I mean, I don't know. She seems like somebody who would want a real relationship. Is
Okay,
anyone
so another
who's
thing on the
tried
list,
to
anybody
date
that wants
me?
to have a real
Yeah.
relationship with Jones, he doesn't want it.
Also, does her hair turn into a dragon? No.
No.
Think about it. In a few years, thanks to the PlayStation VR, you'll be able to have a relationship with all these.
You know what?
the
With VR
VR
coming, and we can talk about that in just a second. I know we're running out of time. The $350 for the Oculus Rift, but
Oh, that's too much money.
there's so much immediate experience coming to all of us in
You're
2013.
talking about porn.
2016. I just think virtual reality is really going to change a lot of things, and it's gonna happen fast, and it's gonna seem slow at first, but then it's gonna suddenly all be there.
Yeah.
And we've never experienced anything like this before.
Well, you and I discussed it in Monday's episode, our baseball special.
Oh,
So
the-
call back to
the
baseball
price
special.
thing.
So we discussed the
Yeah.
price thing and that. We also discussed the benefits of VR. And in the news, I do say all the things that you can do with this, like for educational purposes as well. But I don't mention in the news porn because, you know, it was a little bit inappropriate
Yeah,
for
porn
our
is
daytime
gonna be
television show. But
huge.
porn is going to be massive for this thing. Like, that's how they're going to bank most of their dough. And maybe after all of those people that buy, I'm not going to call them pervs because, you know, everybody watches a little bit of porn.
Everybody's a perv.
Yeah,
We
sure.
all are.
So,
You're a perv. I can see you.
You're a perv. I'm
Put
a
your
perv,
pants
I'm a
back
perv.
on, please, sir.
So I feel like I'll wait for all those people that are going to be buying it for porn to buy it, and then maybe the price will go down because they'll have reached their
I think
target.
it'll be maddening to know that this incredible porn is out there and I can't watch it.
What?
I want to experience
Are
it.
you serious?
Yeah, are you kidding? Like, what am I going to do? Sit and watch this stupid video?
It's not okay.
These are worlds you can go into, man.
But you're
And
one of those guys who pays for porn, though. A lot of people don't.
why do you have to
It's
tell
not the
everyone?
world that you'll be going into.
I paid for porn once. It was $14.99, and I just like the videos on that website. Instead,
right.
you like going to all the crappy websites.
Okay.
Come on, we're not going to pretend that we're not angels. Like, I've got needs, and this computer satisfies them.
Okay, right. So I'm just saying, you don't need this. Okay, we don't need to talk about porn that much more. But
You
we don't-
brought it up.
We don't need to spend all this dough.
You got
on
your
this
insult
machine.
in, and you want to
Yeah.
move right on. Yeah, $350
It's
is
a
not
lot of
that
dough.
much. No,
It
it's not.
is.
Look, you're buying. I don't even know what the PS4 costs. $400. Is it $400? Does somebody know?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
$400.
expensive. That's what I'm saying. We're spending all this money on all these consoles.
But
and
who
we're gonna spend even
cares?
more on this hardware that I don't know. I
It's
need to
gonna
wait
be
for a
incredible.
second. You really turned a page with this because
I
you
love this stuff. You
Oh,
know I
wow.
love this stuff. You did the same demo at
Yes,
E3
but you
with Palmer
really turned a page
Luckey.
with this. You at the Rocket and Reagans last year, you were already bitching about how
For
you
sure.
don't want
I
this.
always bitch. That's the role I play on the show. But listen to me. Listen. I really believe in this. I think it's a new way to tell stories. I don't think even the people that are making the technology really understand the power of it yet.
Yeah.
But it does feel powerful to me. I like the fact that first-person shooters don't work that elegantly on it, certainly not at this stage. So we're going to have to come up with new ways to tell stories with this technology. That excites me, and I think that's worth $350.
Okay, well,
So
since
you can say I turned
know,
a page,
but
but
you
I
go home
really.
every night because you're making this big time Canadian TV money, and you roll in your bed of money. And
So
you
what?
Smother yourself with it.
I have a
so
limousine.
You, $350 is nothing for you. But I like to scrimp a little bit.
You're
and save
making
for my
Canadian
life.
TV money too.
No, Kate, we all know. That,
I see the way you spend your money.
Okay.
That's you
Anyway.
at Sephora.
That's.
Gross.
Okay,
gross.
that was
Can
really
you go
funny.
the other way?
Sorry, that was really funny. Listen. Anyway, let's not discuss that anymore. I'm done. We have to go
Do we have to go?
because
Are
we've
we
been doing
done?
this for. Is it what time is it?
We're getting there. What are you watching?
Yeah. So we need to talk about that. You're
Uh,
gonna playing Yoshi's Woolly World.
well, I don't have a copy of it, so I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
do. We're getting it after this.
But listen, so this weekend, I got to say something. I know we talked a lot about the show today, but I'm working on a news story that's related to Halloween. Halloween is coming
You
up.
are?
Yeah, of course I'm working on a news story, and I want to talk about horror movies that maybe aren't the ones that we always go to every year. And I always love kind of the hunt for really obscure stuff or stuff, really good, interesting scares, intelligent scares that maybe are way off the beaten path.
Are you gonna use It Follows?
Yeah, I'm spoiling one of them, but I loved It Follows. I loved
And
the first three. All right, that's enough.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, but that's enough. And listen, just for that,
No, don't say anything. I don't know what's
just
happening.
pitched this to Mike. I said for our Halloween episode, we should do this. The P&E, which is the big festival here where they
Yeah.
do the arcade rides and everything. They do a big Halloween haunted house thing.
No.
Yes.
Not me.
Marissa.
No.
And I will go with you. I hate those
I don't
things
care.
too.
You're gonna push me into it.
Yeah,
You're like,
of course
leave me to
I am.
die.
Yeah.
No.
No, you're not going to die. You're going to go in and some people are going to jump out at you.
don't want that.
Somebody with a chainsaw will come out probably,
I don't
and
want
but there'll be no teeth on the chainsaw, so you'll be okay. But this weekend,
Accidents happen all the time.
but then we come out and then we review the thing. How fun would that be?
Oh, it doesn't sound like fun to me.
Well, look, you're going to
You
do
should-
it.
You should do it with
Then
me.
afterward, you can bob for apples.
Okay, that's really unsanitary.
That's a fun game.
Like, get my phlegm all in there. That's disgusting. I did go to a Halloween party once when I was younger. My best friend Stacy had a Halloween party at her place.
And you bring up this Stacy creature every week.
You bring up Jason every week.
No, you bring him up.
No, that's not today. Anyway, so we had a bobbing for apples thing, and her mom, I was so bad at it that I was just, like, all my saliva was going into the sink where we had the apples. So her mom had to, like, drain the sink and then rinse off all the apples because I had just spread my germs all over.
Oh, I thought...
Because I couldn't do it. I couldn't bob for apples. I don't know how people do it.
I thought because you were a hillbilly, you tried to poop in the sink. You
No.
thought because it's
That's enough. No.
filled with water and there were
That was
things...
a terrible Halloween party.
There were things floating
I'm
in
sorry,
it.
Stacey, but she had a Ouija board and everything. It was terrible. I was terrified the whole time.
And then you thought it was a toilet.
No, I didn't do it.
Anyway, so I'm watching some horror movies this weekend. Of course, I'm playing a lot of Bloodborne. I'm going like gangbusters on that game. I cannot get enough.
I thought we were going to go 1 week without mentioning Bloodborne.
Well, we did not make it. We'll
Well,
try
we
again
didn't
next
make
week.
it.
You
No,
know?
almost.
And you know, I'm all done with this season of The League. I watched all of
You're
it.
done.
Yeah, I mean, I plowed through it. It feels very short. I feel like I don't even know if we should review it, but I watched all of it.
Yeah, I do want to see that.
You watch it on the airplane. Our old friend Rafi is back.
I can't. I gotta watch the other things in the airplane.
Oh my God, it's
but
so
I have
hard to
been
be you.
I've been binging a lot of The Walking Dead season 5 because we have our season 6 episode 1 review coming soon on the show because that's happening soon too. And
I can just sum it up for you.
I'm gonna play a lot of Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer.
Lots of boring things happen.
Not
and
a
then
lot of boring things
sometimes
happen.
somebody dies and then a zombie comes out.
Well, okay, yeah, that's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's it. I love that show for like I suffered through the second season.
Yeah.
And I got back on board a little bit with the third season. And I just thought, this is such a waste of time.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just gonna watch The League.
But sometimes it's very rewarding.
And you also
The League has a lot of moments where
Second
they're just
Harvest.
terrible too. Okay, nobody knows what that is unless they watch The League. So.
Second Harvest is where you find nutritional value from somebody else's poop. Okay.
That's awesome.
Now
so
everyone
have
knows.
a good weekend, everyone, and
Yeah,
we
thanks
will
for
see
watching.
you again next week. Yes.
Yeah.
everybody.
Bye.
Hey, have a good
weekend.
trip.
Oh, thank you.
Vic's Basement would like to thank its sponsors, EB Games, Nintendo, Xbox, and Gameloft, makers of Dragon Mania Legends, which you can play for free right now.